Hello and welcome to my balloon artworks channel, where I show you how to make amazing balloon art like these wonderful chrome balloon flowers. They're absolutely huge. Hi, I'm Melanie. Let's get started straight away. For each balloon flower, you're going to need 3 green 260s as well as 4 260s for the flower head. And today I'm using Qualatex Chrome Green and Qualatex Chrome Purple. Inflate one of the green 260s to the end, and then you're just going to bend over the end and make a flower petal loop of about 4 fingers. So just twist that around and pass the knot and nozzle through the centre. So make sure your balloon's nice and soft by giving it a squeeze and a stretch, and then make a second loop of about the same size. Don't worry too much if these loops aren't exactly the same size, and then wrap the knot and nozzle around. Again, stretch your balloon to make it nice and soft, and make a third loop, okay? And then just twist those loops around one another. I've got a purple 260 with a long tail of about 7 fingers. And with this one, I'm just going to push the knot and nozzle through into the balloon using my forefinger, and then grasp hold of the knots with my other hand and pull out my finger, okay? And then just put a twist here, okay? And that's just trapping the knots on this side, and then you can let go. And if it helps, just push this side upwards a little bit. So you've got a tulip twist, okay? Make a bubble of about 2 fingers, and then make a loop between 4 and 5 fingers and twist that around. Okay, twist another bubble to match this one. So about 2 fingers, and then bend those 2 over and wrap them together. Okay, so that's what you've got. I'm going to push this tulip twist through the centre of this loop here. So just push it through like that. Okay, so that's what you've got. And if you find that you start to lose the centre of the tulip twist, you can just nudge it and massage it a little bit just to reposition it. Just pull it through and massage it a little bit. Next, twist a bubble of about 3 fingers and wrap this section into the 3 flower petal loops. So this is what we've got. Using another purple with a 3-finger tail, start at the nozzle end and just make a loop like this. Okay, so you've kind of tied a knot in that balloon, and then bring this side through and round, and then we can tie the 2 ends together. Okay. I'm going to tie a second knot and then snip off the excess. If your twist is a little bit flattened, as mine is, you can make it rounder just by pulling it outwards and shaping it. Okay. Next, pass this over the top of the centre of your flower, and you can just pressure fit the centre of your flower like that, and that's just going to hold in position. I've got 2 purple 260s, both inflated to a tail of about 4 fingers, and then we can tie these together. Squeeze and stretch everything. That's just to keep everything nice and soft. And then we're going to candy cane these 2 balloons. So hold the balloons, 1 balloon in each hand, and then just wrap them around one another. And your hands, hold your hands in the same position at the same height, and as you wrap the balloons round one another, the balloons will move downwards as you spiral them. So we're getting towards the top here, and we can just twist these two together and pass one underneath the other, and that's just going to hold those in position. So this is what you've got. Take your flower head and wrap the candy cane around the outside of the flower. So this is to measure how large we want this stage of the flower head to be, okay? So I'm happy at that, so I'm going to pinch these bubbles here, let the rest of the flower go, and I'm going to put a twist here. Let a little bit of air out, and trim off some of the excess here, and then tie a knot here. And we can tie the ends together. And then we can trim off the excess. Again, just round off the flower head, and we can pass this onto the flower stem. Okay, so there you've got a really pretty flower head. But there's something else we can do to embellish this design. I've got a green 260 inflated to 2 fingers, and I'm just going to tie the ends together. Okay, and then fold this balloon in half, pinch here, and then just take hold of the top section and just rotate that around. So that splits this balloon very approximately in half. And then we can take these sides and push them together, wrap around one another and pull one through the other, and that's just going to secure everything. The other thing we can do is just fold everything in half and then just massage the end a little bit, and that's just going to give the petals a little bit of shaping. And do the same thing on the other side. So that's what we've got. If you're happy with 2 petals, you can leave it at that. I'm going to add a 3rd petal. So I've got my 260, which is inflated to 2 fingers or so, but we're not going to use all of this. I just want to measure the petals to make sure that they are similar in size, but don't worry, they don't have to be exact. And then twist that around, pass the knot and nozzle through, snip the end, and then we can just tie that in a knot. Pull that into the centre of the other loops and tie. And here you can really see the difference between the petal that hasn't been shaped and the petal that has been shaped. And it's one of those little refinements to your designs that will make all the difference and just make them look so much more artistic and professional. So twist off a bubble about 3 fingers along the stem. Okay. And then we can pull this cluster of loops into that twist that we've just made. Wrap everything around. And then we can just arrange our flower petals. And if you want the flower head to point forward a little bit, you can just whittle this bit here and give that a little bit of shaping. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and that you'll give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I publish regular videos on all aspects of balloon art. If you want to assemble your flowers into a gorgeous bouquet, you can do that really easily. I'm going to do that using a 260 in silver. I'm just going to wrap that around the flower stems. Okay, and just twist a bubble of a couple of fingers. Small bubble. There we go. And then wrap the rest of that 260 into that small bubble that you've just created. Okay. Just going to push that bubble through there. Okay, so that's caught everything. I'm just going to give the rest of the balloon a squeeze and a stretch to make sure it's nice and soft. And then I can wrap the 260 around the flower stems once again and wrap that back into that small bubble. Stretch the balloon out. I'm not sure it will go around once more. I will just check. Yes, it will. Just going to squeeze it a little bit more to soften it. And then wrap that 260 into that small bubble again. We can just pull the stems down into the bouquet. I'm just going to snip off the end here, just to let the air out. Pass that underneath the loops and tie a knot. Okay, and then this small bubble we can just pinch twist, so just roll the knot a little bit just to soften that bubble, bend that over, pull that bubble upwards and twist it around. That's just going to finish off that little section there. And if you've enjoyed this video, I think you will enjoy this video next.